Good morning from Trincomalee in northeastern Sri Lanka. Now the plan today is to make our way to Jaffna, which was once the capital of a Tamil kingdom in the north of what is now Sri Lanka. So it's about 4 hours from Trincomalee, not counting any stops on the way. So what I thought I'd do in this video is show you the journey from Trincomalee to Jaffna. Jaffna, the largest city in the north of Sri Lanka, sits 400 kilometers from Colombo and 230 kilometers from Trincomalee. Located on the strategic Jaffna Peninsula, overlooking the Palk Strait separating India from Sri Lanka, this is the heartland of the island's Tamil population. For much of the late 20th century, Jaffna was a no-go zone. From 1983 until 2009, the north was the centre of a brutal civil war between the Sri Lankan government and the Liberation Tigers of Tamil Eelam. They were fighting for an independent Tamil state, and they controlled large swathes of territory, including Jaffna. Sri Lanka's brutal civil war ended in 2009, but the north is a region that's still isolated and still overlooked by travellers. I wanted to see how things are changing in a place that less than 2 decades ago was a war zone. From Trincomalee, our first stop on the journey north would be a sacred hot spring, once fought over by Sri Lanka's competing religions and communities. Alright guys, so we've just come about 20 minutes up the road from Trincomalee for our first stop, which is the Kanya hot springs, which is a holy place for traditionally for Buddhists, but now it's kind of a multi-faith area where anyone, if you're Buddhist, Muslim, Christian presumably, you can come and soak up the waters. There's an interesting story behind it, and I'll let Danushka tell you a little bit more in a minute. So these are the hot springs, the hot wells. There's 7 sacred hot springs. You can see everyone's taking the holy water. So yeah, so these are the sacred hot springs. They're sacred to Buddhists primarily, but also sacred to Muslims and Hindus as well, I think. So you can come here, have a little wash, get your holy water. Proper warm waters. Danushka is going to explain a little bit about the history of the hot springs.
Yeah, good morning. We are at the Kanya hot water springs. There are 7 hot water wells here, and the water is hovering around 42 centigrades. And this place is very sacred for Hindus because that story, Rama Ravana story, has some roots to this place. So for Hindus, this is very sacred place. They come and they will have a bath on these wells, and they will carry the holy water back. And back in the day, ancient time, people were sharing this place, the Buddhists and the Hindus. You can see ruins of Buddhist
Oh, these are Buddhist temples.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
Up there is a Buddhist temple, and behind us there's a Shivan temple that belongs to Hindus. But when we have the civil war, people from the both parties were claiming the rights to this place, and they were fighting each other and they were destroying the place. But actually this place belongs to both Hindus and Buddhists, predominantly to the Hindus, and we have to preserve the surrounding ancients and develop this place. That is the brief history about this hot water spring.
Brilliant. So during the Civil War, was it destroyed or was it attacked?
No,
or?
Before that, people start claiming the ownership of the place. So it was a disputed place all the time.
Yeah.
And now it resolved, and now we have to develop this place.
Okay, so now it's shared, and anyone, if you're Hindu, Buddhist, or Muslim, you can freely come here.
That's true.
It's a really interesting history from Danushka that you can see these stupas here, the ruins of some Buddhist stupas. So there's been temples and places of worship here for centuries. I think over almost 2,000 years. They found archaeological evidence of people coming here to collect holy waters and perform rituals. And today that continues. As you saw, there were lots of people collecting the holy water from the hot springs and washing themselves. Everywhere you seem to go around here, there's also that kind of darker history that it was fought over by the divided groups in Trincomalee, which is just down the road. during the Civil War. But luckily there's more of a sort of community feel to the place now. It seems like the different groups can come here and coexist, which is always nice. Oh. It's a real show of religious cooperation, I suppose, and how things have moved on since the Civil War ended less than 2 decades ago. So yeah, positivity in Trincomalee is nice to see. Everyone's super friendly. So it's hard to imagine what actually happened here during the dark decades of the conflicts between the Tamils and the Sinhalese. Hello. Super busy. Got all these jazzy school buses as well. Just dropped off a school group. Look, these are amazing. Should have one of these for the journey.
Yeah. I really want to get one of those buses.
Look at these incredible Sri Lankan school buses. Comes with a hi-fi sound system, dual TV system, phone changes, whatever that means. Water tank, cool box. And here, London Bridge. Oh no, Tower Bridge. That means Panda Baby. Does every bus have a name?
Yes.
Yeah.
They do have a name.
Amazing.
They have
what a way to travel.
Sound system.
Yeah.
I think he's turned it on. Alright, they turned the tunes on. Hello! Is this your bus? Yeah, it's nice. Have a look. Claire's footsteps been raving on the bus. And this guy at the back's raving as well. Yeah, these are the incredible Sri Lankan buses. Then a load of the people coming to the hot springs all arriving on it. Sound systems and lights, and techno music playing. Incredible way to get around. Our journey continued northwest into what was formerly the heavily controlled Tamil tiger zones of Sri Lanka. Just 20 years ago, this journey would have been impossible. These roads were heavily mined, guarded by checkpoints and prone to attacks by government forces and insurgents alike. Things have changed. But as we neared the Elephant Pass leading to the Jaffna Peninsula, I discovered that the conflict is still fresh in memory. Danushka, who'd grown up during the Civil War, explained more about the conflict.
And our eastern province, Trincomalee, Batiklo areas, those are predominantly occupied by the Tamil people. And Tamil people from history came to Sri Lanka from southern India. They occupied the Jaffna area, so it is predominantly Tamil area, and their language is Tamil. They are speaking the Tamil language. Their religion is Hindu, and other 7 provinces predominantly occupied by the majority people of Sri Lanka, Sinhalese. 70% of our population is consists from the Sinhala speaking Buddhist by religion people. Got independence in 1948 from the British. In 1956, our second Prime Minister, Mr. H.W.R.T. Bandaranaike, make a bold decision. He want to make Sinhalese language the national language of Sri Lanka. Okay, so the minority Tamil was a bit upset about this decision. So we have a big language barrier because majority of Sinhalese people can't speak Tamil, and the Tamil people from the north, they can't speak Sinhalese, and English was not fluent like these days. So the Tamil youth are getting frustrated. And starting from 1977, these youth of northern Tamils started this liberation movement, and they slowly got momentum, and in 1983 they attacked and they set a bomb on an army convoy, military personnel convoy, and that attack killed 13 Sinhalese military personnel. And the government and their henchmen provoked the people, the majority Sinhalese people. See, those guys killed our guys, so we have to retaliate. They retaliated. They robbed, they raped, they killed the innocent Tamil people living among us in the other 7 provinces. Innocent Tamils were killed, robbed, raped. That is a major blunder.
Danushka explained how the Tamils, fearing the Sinhalese pogroms against them, expanded their armed forces and launched an all-out war against the Sri Lankan government. It was brutal. The LTTE cadres were the pioneers of the suicide bombing vest, and members of their armed forces carried cyanide pills so they would never be captured alive. As war raged on, the Tamils formed their own government and created their own de facto Tamil state in the north.
They call the separate land Tamil Eelam, and they have the map. It is stretching from the west to Chilau and from the east to the Kumana or Jala National Park, and the place here will pass Mankulam. So Jaffna Peninsula and surrounding areas are on their map or on their separate land. LTT managed to kill the politicians of the south, Sinhala politicians, as well as Tamil politicians, noble persons rules against the war. So they shot and killed the Tamil politicians who spoke against this war idea or the Tamil Eelam idea. Every month there will be a suicide bomb in Colombo. They bombed our trains, our buses and public places. They attacked our central bank. They attacked the Katunayaka Bandaranaike International Airport. This LTT, they have the political wing, they have their own navy, they have their own police, and they have their own intelligence. They are very clever bunch of young people, and their leader was Velupille Prabhakaran. His name is Velupille Prabhakaran. He was the main person. They have child soldiers also. They violated some Geneva rules, and they had child soldiers, this Tamil, both male and female. So when you reach the age of 12-13, they had these child soldiers.
The Tamil Tigers were merciless in their attempts to create an independent Tamil nation, but the Sri Lankan military was just as brutal. Step by step, the Tamil Tigers were pushed back. By 2009, hundreds of thousands of Tamil civilians and soldiers were trapped in ever-shrinking pockets of resistance. It's thought that tens of thousands of Tamil civilians were killed outright by the military in the final months of the war, which only came to a close in May 2009 when the Tamil leader, Prabhakaran, was killed.
So in 2009, May 18th, we killed their leader. Among that, we killed top ranked leaders on that day. Before that, the last stage of the war, there was some innocent lives, casualties, starting from an infant to elderly, women and men. There was casualties and deaths.
We're just on our way into the Jaffna Peninsula now, and we just pulled over on the A9 on the central highways between Kandy and Jaffna, and we just pulled over to look at one of the war memorials at it's a place called Elephant Pass, which is basically the gateway to the Jaffna Peninsula.
They attacked this serenity, this place, we call it the Alimankada or the Elephant Pass, and one soldier from the Sri Lankan army, brave enough to run with 2 grenades, and he sacrificed his life by jumping up there and destroying the 3 or 4 rebels there.
Oh, wow.
For us, Sinhalese people, that Corporal Gamini Pularatna is a war hero.
Oh, so he's the guy that gave his life.
For this one. And for the Tamils, the person who drew this and his colleagues are war heroes.
Yeah.
So anyway, those are youth of Sri Lanka. They gave their life in a cause that is what we call the end of the day, it was a waste. Luckily, we ended up the war. Otherwise, it will still goes on, and every day we will lose valuable lives in both parties.
Elephant Pass was fought over by the Tamils and the Sri Lankan army. And the Tamils built this kind of makeshift tank behind me, bulldozer, to try and break through the Sri Lankan defences to capture it. And as Danushka was saying, one of the Sri Lankan soldiers then attacked it and was killed trying to destroy it. But I think stopped the attack, and he's now revered as a hero. And that's this guy here who's on the memorial. So the Civil War went on for decades, really, and the Tamils were notorious for using suicide bombs and child soldiers and heavily mining areas. But to be honest, the Sinhalese, the Sri Lankan army, weren't much better. They caused mass civilian casualties when they attacked Tamil tiger areas. They destroyed villages, they killed elderly people, young, infirm, anyone really who was in the way or stood in the way. So there were atrocities committed, I think, on both sides of the conflict. Danushka, who kind of grew up during the Civil War era in the 90s, he kind of could see things from both sides of this conflict. Like he was saying how to the Sinhalese, he's this guy who gave his life as a hero, but to the Tamils, the people who died attacking Elephant Pass to take it from the Sinhalese, they're heroes too. And it was just a horrendous waste of Sri Lankan lives, basically. It's a sad story, but hopefully they're now reconciling and moving on from those troubled times. But we'll be heading into Jaffna after this, where we'll see a little bit more. Just by coincidence, we're here now on the 17th of May, and tomorrow is the 18th of May, which is the official day of, for Sri Lanka, for Sinhalese, it's the victory day when the war ended, and for Tamils, it's a day of a memorial day as well, a remembrance day. But the Tamils here aren't necessarily allowed to show that remembrance in the ways they want. So he says there's often a lot of protests. So we might see some of them tomorrow, we might not. We'll see when we're exploring Jaffna. Interestingly as well, so the A9 is the main road that we've driven in. We joined up with it after leaving Trincomalee. That road goes from Kanya up to Jaffna. And during the war, most of that stretch, at least the sections we've been driving recently to get up here, would have been under Tamil control. And that was apparently one of the most heavily mined and booby-trapped roads in Sri Lanka throughout the conflict. And the Sri Lankan army would drive up the same road we were just on when they launched attacks into Tamil territory. And to get into the Jaffna Peninsula, they'd have to go through the Elephant Pass, which we're just at now, which kind of leads onto the peninsula itself. Whoever held this pass would have basically held the peninsula. And so this is the A9 highway. Now it's pretty nice, actually. It looks like it's been redeveloped, redone. But yeah, back during the war, the Tamil basically controlled a huge section of the north and east. So to enter this territory, you'd be effectively leaving Sri Lankan territory and entering de facto Tamil territory, or Tamil tiger territory. And they had their own visa systems. They collected their own taxes, effectively ran their own government and ran their own affairs until the 2000s when it all came crashing down. So we're now on the causeway going over connecting the mainland to the peninsula. Now we're officially on Jaffna Peninsula. Tomorrow is like Memorial Day for Tamils, right?
Not Tamils, because they don't like that day. At the moment, there are people who lost their fathers, mother, wife, sister, brothers. So for them, it's not the day. They have November 23rd, that is the birthday of Velupille Prabhakaran, and they have their own celebrations on November 23rd, as well as this day. They will mourn. For the Sinhalese people, we would like to celebrate it, because we think it's a great victory for us. Anyway, war is a curse and now it's finished. Now the youth of the both sides, Tamils and Sinhalese, know that this is not going to be worked, I mean the war. So we have to communicate between us, and we have to make sure that there will be no miscommunication among our communities going forward.
Since the war, has there been like a reconciliation between Tamils and Sinhalese?
Yes, and for instance, the Tamil youth is now learning Sinhalese language, and Sinhala students or the youth, they have to learn Tamil at the school.
So are the relations between sort of your everyday Sinhalese person and Tamil person, are they okay now?
They are okay,
Yeah.
but still the people with the wounds
Yeah, of
is
course.
having some hard time. It will take another 5 to 10 years
Yeah.
to this whole thing to be settled down and ease up. So we have to be very careful to maintain the peace what we are enjoying today. My personal experience and my personal feeling is these people born here, they have the same rights as us for education, to health and equal opportunities for the state governments and state jobs as well as private jobs. Due to this war, they have finished the country. So their homeland, their birthplace, and their houses being destroyed, and some of their lands are still occupied by the military personnel. We still have military base around their lands. We have blocked some of their accessing roads. Step by step, these are being cleared. I would like the people who went away from the country come back to this their birthplaces and claiming the lands and the belongings of theirs.
Have that many people come back?
And no, still they are what you call somewhat of fear, and they have anger still.
Yeah.
And
A lot of PTSD probably as well.
yes, whenever I meet people, I meet a person who's having affected from war, I plead to them, please come, because we need you to rebuild and make things better for our future generations.
Well, it's about 5 hours on the road from Trincomalee, and we have made it to Jaffna. It takes a lot longer than you think to travel, even from the northeast coast across to the northwest coast. It's a surprisingly long way. Anyway, we made it to this first stop in Jaffna, in the largest city on the Jaffna Peninsula, and it's actually it's an art gallery. This used to apparently be an underground bunker, presumably during the Tamil insurgency during the Civil War. I'm just in the garden of the Fox Resort, and I was just talking to one of the guys that works here, and he says that during the Civil War, this was used as a insurgents base, basically by the Tamil Tigers. They took over what was a rather lavish mansion previously, built a load of bunkers around it, and then used the place not just for shelter from the sort of artillery attacks of the Sri Lankan army, but to store a lot of the Tamil Tigers' wealth. The insurgent government's gold and cash reserves and stuff were held in some of the bunkers here. He said we might be able to take a peek inside some of them. Some of them is now like an art gallery, like an underground bunker filled with art installations and stuff like that, and the other one's being sort of preserved as a little bit of a museum. You can still see kind of a few of the relics of the old man. He said it didn't necessarily come under attack, but was used for shelter, and then it was taken over by the Sri Lankan army at the end of the war in 2009, and eventually it was taken over by a hotel chain, Fox Resorts, who had transformed the place from what would have been basically a crumbling mansion war zone bunkers into what looks like it is now a rather nice little boutique resort. What was your name, sorry?
Praveen,
Traveen, and you're the
I'm
manager?
the resort manager.
Oh.
So the bunkers were built during the war by the LTT. So they captured this property during the war. So they built all the 3 bunkers. The last bunker, which is to the far end of the land, is being closed because it goes out of the land. So the 2 bunkers, what they did is they converted one into an art gallery and the other one into a museum. So this has all the history of Jaffna, all the photos, the costume of the people, what they wore in the ancient days. So everything is in there.
Okay.
So the drawings you can have a look as well.
Okay, so before the war, this was like a mansion or a house or something? Or
This
what was
actually
it?
my boss's ancestral home converted to a hotel.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. And so the... Oh, you good?
So, what's the LTTT use the bunkers for?
Because they
Storage
use this
or-
place as their office.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the army took over, and all these boats which are kept by the army are these boats. This is a menu of the army soldier. So the rest
right.
of those boats are all kept by the army, and then the army use this as their mess and their TV room.
Right. Okay.
And the LTT use this as their courtroom.
Yeah.
So any court cases, they held it over here.
Oh wow, so it was like part of the LTT government.
yes.
Was there fighting here when the Sri Lankan army came in, or was it?
There was
Sort
no
of.
fighting, but there were fighting time to time. But the LTT could not capture the area for a long time.
Right.
The army took over very soon. Maybe 1 or 2 years only they could capture the place. All these villas are named on the artist's names.
Okay.
Yeah, because Sri Lanka and
Thank you.
So this is the vault.
this is the original wall which was.
Ah, it's the original bunker wall. Right.
wall.
Yeah, so this is the underground bunkers, the tunnels that the Tamil Tigers built, which now run under the Fox property. And there's a little museum in here which tells you the history of Jaffna. Are you from Jaffna?
Actually, I'm from Colombo.
Oh, from Colombo. Yeah.
I'm just staying and working.
Yeah.
But I've been here for the last 4.5 years.
Oh yeah, you like it up here?
Peaceful.
Peaceful.
Quiet.
Yeah, that's good.
Good to hear.
Yeah.
So there is another bunker down here, but because it's out of the hotel's land, we can't go in there today. But there is another one that we can go into. Yeah. All right.
That was the bunker that's been turned into a museum, but there's also another one that's been turned into an art gallery, which we're going to see.
Yes. Stay in Jaffna than Colombo because it's very quiet, the people are nice, no rush, so I enjoy Jaffna.
Yeah. And everyone gets along now.
Yes.
Good. That's good to hear.
Very good to hear.
Thank you so much.
Trevin, who was showing us around, he's the manager here. He said when he was growing up, he's from Colombo, he never dreamed of ever working in Jaffna, and now he's been here for 4 years. He also said he's descended from the Portuguese settlers who arrived here in the 15th or 16th century. He's part of a small community called Burghers. Their first language is English these days, and he speaks Sinhalese and he's learning Tamil. He said there's a small community of them left, basically, who are descended from Portuguese seafarers and merchants and colonizers. All right, so Danushka's taking us out to check out the Jaffna city centre. Let's see what we find. What's this?
So
Smells fishy.
This is yes, dried fish.
Dried fish.
You can see every kind of dried fish. Prawns, I commented it. Sparks, and different kind of dried fish. It's a local delicacy here.
It's good or it's fishy? It's good or it's like
No, it's,
strong?
yeah, you can make it with your spice levels. Mild or very spicy, it's up to you.
You like
But
it?
I love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, we
With
like
the dal, the coconut sambal, and this one is a delicacy. Shall we cross the road?
A classic taxi tuk-tuk. You see, we're on one of the main market streets here. And you see the Tamil language now takes centre stage on the shopping precincts. Apparently this is one of the famous local cafes, Malaya Cafe, dating from 1951, and has clearly survived a lot in this city. So just checking out the central market off the Grand Bazaar Street. Oh, is this durian or jackfruit?
This is rice jackfruit.
Ah, jackfruit. Yeah, yeah. Ooh.
And this is local delicacy. We call it the rose apple.
The rose petal.
Rose apple.
Oh, rose apple. Ah. This is the fruit and vegetable market. Tanishka, what's this?
This is Palmyra.
Palmyra.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Under the palm tree. In Kenya, I show you the tree.
Okay. Yeah, I remember. Yeah. I didn't know they made this.
Inside there have 3 pods, and inside they have flesh.
Ah, okay, and you eat the flesh.
Eat the flesh.
Nice.
So we have this purple potato thing, kind of like an ube
Yeah.
or a yam or something.
Like they have in the Philippines.
Yeah.
Ube. Is it
Ube, yeah. And we had this as a dessert for lunchtime. It was liquidized, mixed with coconut, but you could just really taste the coconut. But it was actually delicious.
Pretty tasty.
I didn't
Yeah.
think I'd like it because I thought it was like a blancmange kind of thing.
Yeah.
Isn't my kind of
But no,
thing.
it was nice.
But yeah, it was.
Vegetable here could apparently lower your blood sugar levels, which is incredible. So they tell us. Hello. Knockoff DVDs.
Yes.
And these are all in Tamil language, are they?
Those are Tamil, Southern Indian movies.
Ah, okay, like Bollywood stuff.
Hollywood. They call it the Hollywood.
What was yours like last night?
Bollywood
Tollywood.
is for Hindi. Hollywood is for Tamil.
The Tamil language. Oh, okay.
language.
Yeah. All of these here are Tamil language DVDs, like what they call Tollywood around here. It's a Tamil take on Bollywood and Hollywood. A local restaurant.
Noodles. They are making rice there. String hopper kottu. They
Oh,
have
yeah,
baked
string
toast.
hoppers. Yeah.
Baked kottu.
Rice and curry.
Yeah.
Rice and curry they have.
Nice. How is Tamil food different to the rest of?
Egg roti.
The spices they are using
Yeah.
is regional. The taste is authentic.
Right. What kind of spices do they use?
They use the same spices, but the quantities or the proportion.
Oh, so it's like stronger flavors
Yes,
than Tamil
different.
food. Ah, okay. Yeah.
So is
Nice.
it spicier?
Like more chilies.
You can see this, for example, the color
Yeah.
more darker.
Yeah,
that means
yeah.
it is very spicy.
So the darker the sambal, the spicier it is.
The darker the sample, the spicier it is.
Yeah, when it is darker, it is spicy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Even the darker, you can see
oh, that's a lot darker.
Oh, that's
yeah.
dark.
because of the roasted curry powder they have used,
Yeah.
and it's authentic for this area.
Yeah.
That's why it looks different than the normal dal or dal what we had.
Oh yeah. Are there lots of vegetarian options in this part as well?
Yes, because they are Hindus
Yeah.
and they are vegetarians. So there are a lot of vegetarian options.
Now, how much does it cost for like a chicken curry and rice? Or,
It is under 1,000 rupees.
Under 1,000 rupees.
Probably 800 to 900 rupees.
oh, right, so like £2. Yeah,
Yes. Oh, yes.
not bad. Alright, so the sun has set over Jaffna Sea and the Jaffna Peninsula. That was a nice little introduction. It's getting a bit late, so what we'll do is we're going to head out again tomorrow morning and spend the whole day exploring Jaffna. So I'll see you guys again tomorrow.